Our mortgage stress and default modelling is in for September. So today we discuss the results and count down the top 10 suburbs across Australia. Hi, I'm Martin North, Principal Analyst at Digital Finance Analytics. Today we discuss the latest mortgage stress and default results and count down the most highly stressed postcode in the country. This is based on our updated mortgage stress and default modelling for Australian mortgage borrowers to the end of September 2017. Across the nation, we estimate that there are now more than 905,000 households who are in mortgage stress, compared with last month's 860,000, and of these 18,000 are in severe stress. This is the first time we have crossed the 900,000 benchmark, despite mortgage rates being ultra low. This equates to 28.9% of households. A rising number of more affluent households are being impacted as the contagion of mortgage stress continues to spread beyond the traditional mortgage belts. We estimate that now more than 49,000 households risk default in the coming 12 months, up 3,000 from last month. The main drivers of stress are rising mortgage rates and living costs, whilst real incomes continue to fall and underemployment remains high. Some households are now making larger mortgage repayments following out-of-cycle interest rate rises and are simultaneously facing higher power prices, council rates and childcare costs. This remains a deadly combination and is now touching households across the country, not just in the mortgage belts. Our analysis uses the DFA core market model, which combines information from our 52,000 household surveys, public data from the RBA, ABS and APRA, and private data from lenders and aggregators. The data is current to the end of September 2017. We analyse household cash flow based on real incomes, outgoing and mortgage repayments, rather than an arbitrary 30% of income. Households are defined as stressed when net income does not cover ongoing costs. Households in mild stress have little leeway in their cash flows, whereas those in severe stress are unable to meet repayments from current income. In both cases, households manage this deficit by cutting back on spending, putting more on credit cards, and seeking to refinance, restructure or sell their homes. Those in severe stress are more likely to be seeking hardship assistance and are often forced to sell. The debt-to-income ratios in severely stressed households are on average 11 times their current annual incomes, and this is high on any measure. The combined statistics suggest that there are continuing concerns about underwriting standards. We revised up our expectation of potential interest rate rises given the stronger data on the global economy. Probability of default extends our mortgage analysis by overlaying economic indicators such as employment, future wage growth and CPI changes. The continued pressure from low wage and rising costs means those with bigger mortgages are especially under the gun. These stressed households are less likely to spend at the shops, which will further act as a drag anchor on future growth. The number of households impacted are economically significant, especially as household debt continues to climb to new record levels. The latest debt-to-income ratio is now at a record 190.4. Our region analysis shows that New South Wales has 238,000 households in stress, around the same as last month. Victoria, 243,000, up from 236,000 last month. Queensland, 168,000, up from 146,000 last month. And Western Australia, 124,000, up from 118,000 last month. The probability of default rose, with around 9,300 now in WA, around 9,100 in Queensland, 12,800 in Victoria and 13,100 in New South Wales. So now let's look at the top 10 highest postcodes in mortgage stress across the country. There are some changes from last month as conditions vary across the states. Some postcodes just dropped out of the top 10 compared with last month, whilst others came in for the first time. The 10th highest postcode across the country is 3810 Pakenham in Victoria once again, which is around 54 kilometres southeast of Melbourne. Here, we estimate 4,000 households are in mortgage stress. The average home price is around $435,000 compared with $290,000 in 2010. According to the latest census, the average age is 32 years and there are more than 12,600 families in the district. The average monthly household income is $5,900, which is below the average in the state as well as nationally. 46% of homes in this postcode have a mortgage, compared with the Victorian average of 35%. And the average monthly mortgage repayment is $1,700. Next, and staying in Victoria, and in the top 10 for the first time, we go to 3037, which includes areas around Delahaye, Hillside and Sydenham. This is around 20 kilometres northwest of Melbourne. Here, there are around 4,250 households in mortgage stress. Of the 13,000 households in the district, more than half have a mortgage, and the average age is 33. The average home price is around $530,000, up from $365,000 in 2010. The average monthly income is around $7,200 and the average mortgage repayment is $1,730. In 8th slot is another Victorian postcode, 3350, which includes Ballarat and the surrounding area. It's about 100 kilometres from Melbourne and is down one place from last month. In this region, there are 4,300 households in mortgage stress. The average property value is $335,000 compared with $281,000 in 2010. There are more than 14,500 families in the area and the average age is 37, line ball with the average across the state. The average monthly income is $5,300, well below the national and state averages. Around 33% of households have a mortgage and the average monthly repayment is $1,408. In 7th position we go to WA to 6030, which includes Clarkson, Merriwa and Tamala Park, 34 kilometres north of Perth on the coastal strip. This region is in the top 10 for the first time. There are around 11,000 households there. The average age is 34 years and more than half have a mortgage. The average home price is $400,000, down from $416,000. We estimate that there are 4,300 households in mortgage stress. The average income is around $7,000 a month, which is above the national average. But the average mortgage repayment is significantly higher than the average at more than $2,000 each month. Looking at number 6, we go back to Victoria to 3805, which includes Narre Warren and Fountain Gate, which is up from 8th position last month. This area is around 38 kilometres southeast of Melbourne. Here, 4,630 households are in mortgage stress. The average home price is $545,000 compared with $366,000 in 2010. There are more than 15,000 families in the area and the average age is 34 years. The average household income is just over $7,000 a month, which is higher than the national average. 54% of homes are mortgaged and the average monthly repayment is $1,700, which is slightly below the national average of $1,755. In 5th place and down from 3rd place last month is the area around Campbellton in New South Wales, 2560, which is around 43 kilometres inland from Sydney. Here, 5,230 households are in mortgage stress. The average home price is $625,000, up from $320,000 in 2010. Around 20,000 households live in the area, with an average age of 34 years. The average income is $6,100 a month, and 37% have a mortgage. And of these, the average repayment is higher than the national average at $1,800. In fourth place, and down from number 2 last month, is another New South Wales postcode, 2170, the area around Liverpool, Warwick Farm and Chipping Norton. This area is around 27 kilometres west of Sydney. There are 5,580 households in mortgage stress here. The average home price is $803,000, compared with $385,000 in 2010. There are around 27,000 families in the area, with an average age of 34. The average income is $5,950, and 36% have a mortgage, of which the average repayment is around $2,000 each month. Next, looking at number 3, we go to Queensland, 4350, around Drayton and Toowoomba, about 100 kilometres from Brisbane. And this is up a place from last month. We estimate 5,650 households are in mortgage stress. The average home price is $490,000, compared with $382,000 in 2010. There are around 27 households in the region, and the average age is 37. The average income is $5,300 a month, and around 30% have a mortgage, and the average mortgage repayment is $1,510. In second place is Victorian suburb 3806, Berwick and Harkaway, which is around 40 kilometres southeast of Melbourne, and it's up from 5th place last month. 5,750 households are in mortgage stress. The average home price is $625,000, compared with $451,000 in 2010. There are around 13,000 families in the area, with an average age of 36. More than 47% of households here have a mortgage, and the average repayment is $1,850, compared with the average income of $7,600. To get to the postcode with the highest number of stressed households, we have to cross the Nullarbor to Western Australia to 6066, which retains its top spot. This is the area around Wanneroo, including Tapping, Hocking and Lansdale, and is located about 25 kilometres north of Perth. It is an area of high population growth and residential construction, mainly on smallish lots. There are more than 6,800 households in mortgage stress in the area. The average home price is $635,000, compared with $529,000 in 2010, and down from a peak of $813,000 in 2014. There are around 17,000 households in the district, with an average age of 33 years. The average income is $8,300 a month, and 58% have a mortgage, with average repayments of $2,170, well above the Western Australia and national averages. So, mortgage stress is still strongly associated with fast-growing suburbs, where households have bought property relatively recently, often on the urban fringe. The ranges of incomes and prices vary, but strikingly, it is not necessarily those on the lowest incomes who are the most stretched. The leverage effect of larger mortgages has a significant impact. We will continue to monitor mortgage stress and will update our core market model again at the end of October. Before I finish this segment, it's worth repeating that many households in stress do not have a robust household budget. And creating this is an important first step to getting to grips with mortgage stress. Whilst putting more on credit cards and refinancing may seem superficially attractive mitigation steps, our analysis shows that these are often only temporary fixes. Getting to grips with where the money is going is an important first step to tackling the problem. Remember too that banks have an obligation to assist in cases of hardship. So if households are in difficulty, they should talk to their lenders rather than hoping things will work out. Given flat incomes and rising prices, this is unlikely. If you found this useful, do leave a comment below or subscribe for future updates. You can also read much more about the mortgage stress footprint on our blog. I'm Martin North, Principal of Digital Finance Analytics. Many thanks for watching.